And we're back. And I have
Hello, peeps.
there we have. I have a red-haired, bearded fellow with me. That's Micke Magnusson. Hello, Micke.
Hello, hello. This is me. I'm famous for mailday.deck, of course.
Okay, you made the 5-colored control deck also. Is that the middle day? I don't know what that deck is even.
I don't know the mail day. I thought you
The
heard that
mail day.
story.
Okay, yeah, no.
Mailday.deck.
Mm-hmm.
You should
Mm-hmm.
ask our founder about that story.
Okay. I'll do that later on. Maybe the
Yeah,
chat catch
you
that.
should. Yeah.
So we're going into like next round in a couple of minutes, and I don't know if we have the pairings yet, and we can dive into the deck straight away.
And get some action.
Okay,
13
so
minutes.
13 minutes.
So
Then
is there any pairings for the next round?
okay, 10 minutes to pairings. So we can talk about whatever you like, then, Mika. Do you want to talk about full English breakfast? Do you want to talk about maybe how much cards? Yeah, we can look at some decks. That's probably where
We
we
could
should
look at
start.
that. Roland is complaining about my sound, I hear.
Yeah, we talked about that between switches here. Micke is in a booth, and the police might call him soon. He's not being under arrest or anything, but we went live, and Gordon said, "I don't care about the police. We're
About
going
the
live."
police.
So we're looking at okay, some Stifle note deck here.
This is a nice deck.
Yeah, it's the blue-black version. We have some blue-white versions that have been doing good lately, and the blue-red was like kind of one of the starter builds, I guess. So, what's the benefits from the different colors? You say we shouldn't miss Overgrown Estate also, as we saw there.
That's not from this deck. That's from the
Yeah, I know.
Lich deck.
But it popped up. It's a good
It is.
card. Never had them those ones.
It's probably lagging a bit.
Yeah, maybe. So Limdo's Vault, a key card here, maybe.
I would probably prefer the blue white or the Esper version, which you could play with the Enlightened Tutors instead.
Okay.
Because I would think it's a bit more consistent.
Yeah, in one way, you have one of the best cards in the format could be the rest, I guess.
The rest and Cobble Therapy, but you don't
Yeah.
play any extra creatures. And
yeah, no. Thank you, Phantom, for following Gordon. So the rest, that's one of the
one of the staples in the format.
Yeah, and
probably the best black card there is.
Yeah, and Mesmeric Fiend here also. So that's at least 6 cards that gets you. One of the problems that usually might be if you're just playing blue, you could like technically play it one colored, I guess.
But there's no interaction.
Exactly. So I'm guessing the blue black is, I think,
But
decent.
It's decent. I don't really like 2 Mesmeric Fiends because if your opponent is playing any sort of removal, they're going to be prime targets. So you have to play swords and whatever.
But maybe you want to bait out those swords for your Phyrexian, like pesky, no, not pesky, large creatures. Anyhow,
Yeah, of course, but you will probably have more removal than 6. For example, if you play red, Mesmeric Fiends isn't going to do anything.
Yeah. Another part of why we might see like the blue white and the black blue like versions are the fetch lands, I guess.
Yeah.
We actually see, is it 3 foils? I think so.
Yeah, I believe it's three of them.
So I would say we're going in for a really explosive, I don't know, angle here. We go with a turn one duress, maybe wait to turn three, and try to go off. And
Yeah, but there's only two of the days, which a card I really like in this archetype.
mhm,
Probably more than Gush. I haven't played this archetype all that much.
mm. Yeah, me
I'd
neither.
probably play more Daces than Gushes.
When I got into like the Stifle not themed decks, I thought that blue red were good, but we actually went away two steps from that at this point, I guess.
Yeah, the
Uh,
mana is better in the blue black version because of the fetches, as you said, uh,
and the blue white.
and the blue white, of course.
Yeah. But maybe we should check another deck then. We've seen some Stifle not decks being played
Yeah,
also. Ah, this is a nice one. We have
this is
some
Pox.
Pox action. So, what are we
But is there
looking at?
any Pox?
No, I don't see any Pox.
This is
Maybe
Pox less Pox.
what's the second card next,
The
like next to the Dark Ritual?
uh, Could you try tell what it is just by looking at the picture, maybe?
Okay, I'm feeling that Mickey will be doing this during our whole commentary
The
session.
card is bottomless pit, I believe.
Okay,
So it's two black and one, and during each play's upkeep, that player discards a card at random.
so it's more of a discard deck then than
Yeah,
a
because
Pox deck, I guess.
yeah,
And we have ensnaring bridges, and we have curse scrolls, and like the only creature is the nether spirit right there, right?
two Nether Spirits. So
Yeah.
your win cons are for the rack, four Curse Scrolls, and two Nether Spirits.
Mm. So the Pockless Pox.
Pox X Pox.
Pox less Pox. That's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful. And you're also playing the new MVP card and Chain of Smog.
Okay.
Uh, if you're not
Uh,
up to date with the new expansion,
yeah, do
uh,
tell. Do tell. I've heard of people being able to discard cards
you
and
the
looping
new
them.
abilities is like whenever you play a spell or a copy of a spell, something happens. So you play either a planeswalker for 6 mana or a creature for 2 mana, and you play Chain of Smog on yourself a billion times, then they lose a billion life, for
Okay.
example. Yeah. So
But
it's
but but it's not really doing much more in this deck though.
no, it's just opponent discards two, and they may copy it back to you, and you may copy it back and forth.
Yeah, and so we see four of duresses, we see four of cabal therapies, we see the funeral charm, and we see the chain of smog that should be able to take care of the opponent's hand, I guess. And
Yeah, and Innocent Bloods for creature removal.
yeah, you're right. That's at least one creature removal. We didn't mention that looking at the Stifle Knot deck or the should we call it the face knot? No, probably Stifle Knot.
Stifle Not.
Yeah, okay. So that the main problem could be for both of the decks still, like the creatures. If we have some pressure early on, you're not really able to do
Like
anything about it.
Goblin Lackey.
Exactly.
It's always
You do have the
Goblin Lackey.
three. You have three funeral charms to take care of the lackeys at
Yes, you
least,
have
and the innocent bloods. Then,
7 outs. If you're not counting the
yeah,
curse.
yeah. And
Okay.
the good part about meeting goblins is probably the ensnaring bridges there, I guess.
Yeah, they're kind of hard if they're not playing the red green version with naturalizes.
Hmm.
It's
So
kind of hard.
we don't
And
see them, but we see some. Is it Cobble pits down there, wastelands, a couple of Mishra's factories also.
Yeah, you can't really see
Yeah,
the lands. But you see like at least 2 cavalry pits, which is threshold, target creature gets -2/-2, sacrifice it.
I don't know if they do anything against lackeys though. They do something, but
You
it might be too late. I don't know.
it uh, it doesn't do anything on the first turn except deal you damage. So I'm guessing it's not the optimal answer for a goblin lackey.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a
uh,
new deck. This
yeah.
is um,
Mm. So when we're silent and nodding, when I'm nodding at least, we're listening to our producer Gordon telling us that this is one of the matchup decks we'll be seeing in next round by Alvaro. Next deck will be from Remy. I don't know. Main sideboard deck is the deck name. Have you ever heard of that deck? Is it a
no, I haven't.
famous?
I understand the concept of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Do tell. Is it the Enlightened Tutors
yeah, I believe
or?
so. With like one-offs like Jesus Cap and Searing Bridge, Mask, Word, the White Word. I don't know the name of it. Words of Wisdom, probably,
Mm-hmm.
which lets you skip draw step and gain 5 life.
Aha.
Uh,
Okay. There's.
skip a draw, gain 5 life. I believe it is
Are you talking about the one up to the right there?
the one next to Sylvan Library and Argivian Find.
Okay, okay. Because one up to the right is discard a card or something, right? Gain life.
Yes, it is. Discard a card, gain 3 life.
So we have a lot of life gain. We have a lot of creature removal. But one of
So, so this deck wins by Decree of Justice or Curse Scroll, I
yeah.
believe. I don't know the card under next to Sylvan Library, what that is.
Okay, I thought that was the one you were talking about.
No, it's to the right of Sylvan Library's Words of Wisdom.
Okay.
The green card between Justice Cap and Humility is Dueling Grounds, which only lets one creature attack or block each turn.
And we have with humility and with like 4 Swords to Plowshares, 3 Wrath of Gods. We have uh, not that many creatures coming through, I guess.
I would not think so.
Maybe the problem might be that you're not playing any really card draw engine that I see here.
You have Sylvan Library.
And
Yes, please.
let's check what we're facing.
I believe this deck is going to take forever to play.
And
And
win.
yeah.
Okay, so we're meeting another threshold deck here. This one is yeah, kind of a stock list, I'd say. Like with it's playing white still. Usually, you see like the blue green are the main colors, I guess.
So
But
it's splashing white for swords and meddling mages in the main deck.
mm,
Uh,
we don't usually see the winter orbs and the force spikes either.
uh,
But why it's interesting. So we did see like another version of this, but here we have the werebears. I don't know if we saw them earlier on the other deck we saw. We have the mental note also.
which lets you get the threshold and portent, which lets you manipulate your deck a bit.
Hmm.
Uh,
And what do you
I
think about
think this.
days in this deck?
I'm seeing 4 islands and 4 flooded strands.
This could be good. It could be.
It
I think
could
it
be optimistic.
maybe. But you're kind of keeping a low curve here, I guess. With the nimble
Yeah,
mongooses being one of the aggressors instead of maybe the root walla, I
yeah.
guess.
But one thing is for certain: this match is going to take a really long time.
I guess he can't really do that much about the nimble mongooses regarding the like targeted removal game one.
No.
But we have
But you can
humility
play
and wrath of God and the what the
dueling.
dueling grounds. Yeah,
It only lets one creature attack or block each turn, I believe.
yeah. And
So, and
and
if he has humility out, you can attack for 1 damage. Um,
mm,
and he can cycle a decree of justice, and it's going to be like 20, 30 turns.
yeah. I kind of like seeing two wonders in the sideboard. We did see like one of them in the game before we saw, uh, but you usually need it or you don't need it. And okay, we do have mental note here, but these decks don't usually like sift through stuff.
No,
I don't really see that many discard outlets either.
you have the
Uh, yeah,
wildmongers,
yeah,
and that's
but
about it.
like comparing to some other blue green madness decks.
No,
Uh,
those usually play the Argothian, not Argothian worm, it's Arrogant worm.
yeah, exactly.
The 4/4.
Madness creature.
So
So
the key for this deck, Mad Threshold, is probably getting Winter Orb out, and
mm,
things are going to be really slow after that one.
we're waiting for the players to get in. Hopefully, these are the players we will be seeing. I see one of the cards in the sideboard that I like, Sabo's Web. I think it's kind
Uh,
of
uh,
underplayed.
yeah, I like that card.
Mm. It's a good sideboard card.
It's a good cyber card.
Shuts down more than what you and you might have missed on stream. We did see Teferi's response earlier also.
That is a pet card of mine. I love that card.
Yeah. So that was a moment that you should have treasured also.
Yeah.
Almost
And what
three
was
for
it? I saw the sacking for a Dust Bowl, so it's a
okay. It's
yeah
it's it's
a
not
-2 for
matter of
you. I draw 2 cards. I'll keep my Ursuline. Thank you.
yeah. It might feel even worse with a wasteland or even a spell. But I think Dust Bowl also it takes a lot of time and mana to get that going, and just pausing the turn, letting your opponent draw two cards, sacrificing a land.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
it's 4 mana for one player, sacrificing 2 lands. Another player pays 2 mana
Yeah,
and draw 2 card. Um, I would say that's pretty good.
yeah. We mentioned that like just now, but we're looking for the two players to get into the room and accepting us watching. So that's where we're at right now. Mm, uh, it might have been, yeah. Maybe I think the round has started, but yeah, we're kind of getting into that right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if this match goes to time.
No, if
Because the green white deck, super defensive deck versus
mm.
the
But the
deck with not a lot.
blue green splash white deck is not that like if that wins, it won't take that long time, I guess.
No, but I would be. Um, let's say how the green white deck tries to win in, let's say, a quick game. Like
Yeah,
if we're down to like 10 minutes for the last game,
we'll,
that would
we'll
be
pr-
interesting.
we will be seeing in the first like few turns, I guess, where we're going probably. And I just want to mention that the organizers are fixing tables and giving some suggestions for alternate tables if we might not be able to see this one, the feature that we wanted to see. Uh, so there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. But you and I are hanging out at
So,
home.
who do you think is favorite in this matchup?
So we're
Okay.
changing the table. We're going into another
Uh,
match.
I'm
Uh,
uh, I'm actually relieved
okay, you
because
don't want to see humility,
I don't want to see the green white humility deck with no win conditions.
but
Almost.
you almost kind of play those types of deck also.
Yeah, I do. Let's
You
hope
don't want to see
let's
other people playing them.
no, let's just hope that the green white player is pretty fast.
Yeah, you
I
should
mean,
be.
yeah. I don't know
I,
what his record was before.
yeah, I'm mentioning this because Mick made that when we went into our talk about go commentating and everything, he started talking about him being famous for a mail in deck or whatever, and I thought he was talking about his.
Mailday.deck. It
Okay,
was. I sent a deck picture to Martin Berlin, and he was
okay.
like, "Oh, this is your mail day. Oh, nice. So you got so many new cards." I was like, "No, this is actually a deck." Uh,
Okay, but
so he was not impressed by my deck building skills.
so Mickey Myerson built one of my favorite decks in Premodern, the 5-colored control deck. You don't have any other name for it, right?
No, actually, it's only 4 colors now, and
Okay, yeah, we went down from skipped red or no black, no black.
skip black because
Yeah,
one of the first version had was it Pernicious Deed and the black white drain life spell. I don't remember.
I think we should call it 5 colors still, just
Yeah,
because.
it's better.
So a lot of what you win with is also like the
The decree,
standstill version, the decree. Yeah, but you have
yes,
the Gaia's engine going there, I guess.
the Gaia's blessing.
Yeah. Uh, let's check in if we have the anything. So we're still figuring
We have
out the
some
table
technical
setup.
difficulties.
Yeah. And they're fixing stuff on the in the table area with the matchup. And yeah, let's see where we're at. And this feels like being on a real event where you go from table to table to just see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
this
nothing
is
happening
something.
here.
Nothing
It's
happening here. He's still shuffling up. Maybe I should just turn around and look at something else a while.
it kind of also feels like the old school GPs that you played
Yeah,
when things took forever. So
they could do still like even before old school or
yeah,
after
but
whatever.
chat can have a guessing game.
Hmm.
This is GP Birmingham. It was day one was 6 rounds of Swiss, and chat could start guessing when round 5 started.
Hmm. So when should it have started? Like how late or what? Where's they? How should they
It
guess?
was six. It was 6 rounds. So it started at usually like 10 in the morning.
Hmm. And
So
how
so
late
it
were they?
probably
Yeah. So people in the chat,
we have a match.
give your suggestions for that. We're going to look at the deck for like really short while here. It's a standstill matchup.
It's standstill.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary. And we have okay, recurring nightmare, loop the whale. Okay, so the whale is the untap. It's a let's get the players in and let's actually see some magic being played.
Perfect. The answer to the question when the round 5 started at the GP was Sunday morning. So everybody had to be had to get up 2 hours early to play the last 2 rounds of day one. Now the
Yeah,
game has started.
So we're off, and it looks like Marcus started passing the turn, doing the standstill stuff, just one weighing and praying. But Joachim got his survival of fittest out, so I don't know if he's ahead, but you can't really drop a standstill in this scenario.
No, especially not when the field is in play. And his mana is a bit off.
Mm. We do see 2 Wrath of Gods. We see a Decree
Two
of Justice.
swords, an absorb, and a decree of justice.
Yep. The chat might want to ask us any questions about the decks or anything. Feel free, but we have a land still. We did show a bunch of different decks before, but now we actually are seeing graveyard recursion-ish decks. Deck against a landstill deck, a blue-white here, and I think we could see what's going on kind of clearly on Marcus' side.
Yeah.
And we see a Swords to Plowshares getting back the other Swords to Plowshares.
I don't really like that.
Okay, how come?
Because the field doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're saving 1 mana, but I think I would
And the saving mana, as you mean it, is like
for future turns.
Yeah.
But you have still 2 white mana,
Mm.
so if anything like that's what you should have done at the end of turn. I think
Yeah, because you needed the mana. That's
try to
what
get
we're
an
seeing
untap
here.
second blue mana to get your absorb online.
Yeah.
Because now he has no mana and no land. And he has the swords in hand, and he doesn't really know what his opponent is on, I guess.
Well, he has some kind of reanimation spells somewhere, I guess, going on. Maybe full English breakfast, but you see the white there. But yeah, you could play
some
white.
kind of version of full English breakfast.
Yeah. And we see one addition to Premodern that first were banned, actually. But so Joachim activating, discarding. I cannot really see it, but I think it was some green creature there getting and playing Birds of Paradise. Passing the turn.
I believe, was it a Wall of Blossoms that got discarded?
Okay.
So Joachim is opting for a bit more mana.
Mm.
And the standstill player is still stuck on lands, I guess.
Yeah, what he really needs is a bunch of mana.
Here's a standstill.
Okay. The players he addressed that he was playing an impulse, but he showed a standstill, so that was what's happened.
Okay.
I don't think Joachim said you should not play that. And then he changed his play. What we need to see is a lot of mana or lands in the future turns from Marcus. If he needs to get back, if he could get, he wants to get back in it.
We need an island now, or any blue. And we did not see a
Okay.
any sort of land.
That's pretty unlucky going from I don't know, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 cards or something like that. Not seeing one land.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Because what land still does is usually play a bunch of lands. We see a Trisk here being put into Joachim's hand. A kind of okay answer to Decree of Justice. I don't know why he chooses to bring that.
I'm guessing he wants to do some recursion with Great Whale and Recurring Nightmare and Triskelion.
Okay. Marcus needed to discard there, so he chose to discard one Wrath of God.
Yeah, and he has at least another one in hand.
Hmm.
And he has one Swords to Plowshares, but he should have two Swords to Plowshares because he, for some reason, played it.
Well, it skipped the damage from the like
From the field.
2 turns,
No,
I guess.
he has a factory in
The
play.
smirk friend. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. He was scared of the field. I don't know why, but
Maybe you don't want to, especially when you're seeing white. You don't want to activate the factory down on lands, also. But
yeah, but you can afford to take a couple of hits from the field
yeah. So
because
we're they say in chat like blue white deck is pretty good against the field, but we're reminded that its own mana base, it's its own worst matchup. I don't know if I agree on that. We have
I think the
four.
mana base is pretty good. It's two
Yeah.
colors. There you go. There's your recurring nightmare.
But the problem might be that you have a lot of non-colored lands. It's only Mishras, right? Some wastelands or stuff like that, maybe. But you're pretty much uncolored with your mana situation otherwise.
And Marcus played no wastelands but two dust bowls.
Okay. And we
And
do
now
see the Triskelion being reanimated by the recurring nightmare there, sacrificing the wall.
still no mana for Marcus.
No, I'm kind of
Disenchant.
I kind of started feeling like there's some shuffling issues or something because this is the eighth card or ninth card that he drawn or looked at that hasn't been a mana, and he deployed his 3 lands the first 3 turns, and here we are now.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. He's trying to play a disenchant on the Triskelion now, right?
Now it's on the survival.
Okay, yeah, of course, yeah, silly me. That's probably where you want to be because we mentioned him having another source to plow shares in hand that we don't see right now. So he has another answer in his hand.
The
Another,
swords isn't really an answer for Triskelion because
yeah, that might
you
also be another reason why Joachim chose the Triskelion. Because why can't you really exile it?
because you shoot your opponent for 2 and shoot the Triskelion itself for 1 and it
Yeah.
dies and it doesn't get exiled.
And we also see like a perfect follow up from Joachim here, and no real answer, not counterspell anyhow from Marcus with 1 land in
He,
play,
there's a possibility for a null, but
not in
not
the main board.
pre-boarded, not in the main deck. Yeah,
No. So the feature match we were supposed to see, the first player didn't show up and got a game loss, sadly. Or match loss, I guess. I don't know. Okay. The threshold player lost, so the fun deck that
perfect.
Mickey wanted to see is still online.
Perfect. And now the scenario happened where he shot his opponent for 2 and the Triskelion shot itself for 1.
Yep.
And since it's the 1/1, it goes to the graveyard instead of getting exiled. And here
Yeah.
comes a Rector.
I think that Marcus has a lot of answers for what's going on in his deck, but going on 3 mana for this many turns, it's kind of hard getting anywhere, I'd say.
Yeah.
Especially if you
And
win
if he would
con.
go for like a Wrath of God now, it's he's gonna get form of dragon, and it's gonna look tough for Marcus because he would dead in 3 or 4 turns.
Hmm. Maybe that was what where you were going with, where like Marcus should have been playing for like a Breath of God. Uh, then you would have gotten back the sorcery plowshares also. But we
Yeah,
do see a third sorcery
a
plowshares
third
here.
one. Yeah,
Uh, that's
that's nice for
important.
him.
Yeah, this is actually not. He's not with the land drop also. Is kind of into the game, and
No,
yeah.
it's actually I think this game is over
Okay, do tell.
because he has a recurring nightmare in hand,
Uh huh.
and so he can get a great whale with the survival.
But Marcus gets to draw 3 cards.
Yeah,
That's
and
that's
those
how you
cards
win.
won't do anything. So now he can start getting back his Triskelion with
Okay, so
whale
the
and
whale
so this.
untaps all his lands, and there's kind of a loop thing then.
Yeah, so if at least he has yeah, he says has at least a Squee and Maya in his hand.
Yeah.
So he needs 6 lands to start looping, and
Mm.
he's ahead on life, but he has 2 of the land war waste that deals what damage to him each time he plays a recurring nightmare, but he will still be able to
Yeah,
deal more
with
damage.
he will outrun with the 3 damage instead of the 2 damage that he's taking.
Yes.
And with Marcus being on 15, I'm agreeing with you that this should probably be it. So Joachim will go through emotions, but we should listen in on what they're saying. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I understand. So the players are going into the stream, hopefully. You should shout out if you're not hearing the players. Okay. They're both of the
There's a
players are
lot of
Swedish.
sighing going on.
Yeah, both of the players are Swedish also, so maybe it was bad of me to bring them in and letting Joachim to tell what he was doing. But actually, he wasn't. He went the more careful route right
Maybe
now.
he doesn't have a 6th land.
Yeah. Uh, what we were expecting was another land and him going off with the whale there. But yeah, we don't need to have them on then.
But actually, he plays a recurring sacrifice in the Birds of Paradise, floating 1 mana with land war wastes. Oh, there you go, 3 cards, buddy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how he is in front in this game.
Yeah.
He's drawn more cards. Untapping all of his mana. Not any like mana in the pool still.
He has 1.
Okay, one. Playing another recurring nightmare, but that's the no. Okay, still just taking one each time.
And now he plays
Playing the recurring nightmare and sacrificing the whale, right?
so he should have 1 mana in the pool.
Maybe he's keeping the some. Okay, so he figured that out right now. Uh, Playing the recurring nightmare. Uh, Sacrificing the whale. Bringing back wall. Drawing a card.
Hoping to draw a land.
Yeah, he still has a land drop there. Playing another recurring nightmare, probably. Sacrificing the wall. Bringing back the whale. Untapping. So what you're mentioning is he needs 1 more land to actually be able to go off, right?
Yes, preferably a swamp to make it
Hmm.
easier. But I thought he went for when he survived the first time that turn that he went for the Javimaya Elder, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, maybe we missed
So
it. So
so I believe he had a window when he floated the one black mana. He could have played it and cast a recurring nightmare.
hmm. There we have the land actually. So playing the
So this
recurring nightmare now gives him sacrificing that, bring back the mail, untapping 6. This is what your opponent wants to see, right?
yeah, and
Bringing out the recurring nightmare, sacrificing the whale, bringing back the
yeah,
Triskelion. There we have him.
there you go.
Uh,
Take three, buddy. You're dead.
Dang. Yeah, not from 3, but like infinite threes. No, yeah, because you sacrificed.
He can do 39 damage, I believe.
Yep. So they will. Yeah,
Oh,
he's showing how he's going off now.
he's making him go through the motion.
I love
What?
how Marcus
Yeah.
just
What
goes
happens
down
then?
3 lives. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Eh, Uh, so maybe the chat understands what's happening now, and they say GG, and I kind of agree. And yeah, Wanderlust, it's a nice format. You don't usually see this in other formats, probably. Show me. It's a good way of going about caffeinated.
So for sideboard,
Against
I believe
standstill.
he's bringing in two duresses.
And the naturalizes for the standstill, right?
Maybe not, but maybe one
Like the
for
Mishras.
the humility.
Yeah, and especially you should like expect some sort of humility action, maybe.
Yeah, and you could
The
bring in
rest is
aura fractions also.
yeah. What do you think?
The other cards doesn't do anything.
Yeah, what do you think about naming soldiers and giving them -1, -1?
I think it's terrible.
Because it's like such a slow gameplay, and you probably will have all the removal against you anyhow.
Yes, because you will be down one card and they can start making angels.
Mhm.
So I
Uh,
don't think maybe you can bring in one because you have academy rectors. Yes, bring the other deck out.
so, looking at the sideboard, Gainsay is not doing that much,
It's
but Disenchants,
two
uh,
disenchants, the Phyrexian Furnace.
Seal of Cleansing. Um, maybe what do you think about the what's the card name of the you don't get to attack with black creatures?
It's the Light of Day.
Okay, so he still gets to attack, right? Going through. Yeah,
No,
no,
he still combos him out and deals
yeah.
a large amount of damage.
Annul.
And now we should bring in for the survivals, I believe.
Yeah, so we actually have like at least 5 cards there with the Seal of Cleansing, the Disenchants, the
Yeah.
Annuls. Maybe taking out. He's on the play now, but Fact of
Yeah.
Fiction. But what do you wanna?
Probably suffered that to absorb, maybe a mana leak. Um,
Yeah, maybe Dust Bowl isn't that necessary. Maybe you want the mana. I don't know. Sometimes you can
I
really
don't know
keep
how
your
much
opponent
mana.
in there.
Yes, you can keep. Yeah, you can keep the dust balls.
Mm. So I'm yeah. The most important part is not like going with the wraths or anything. So maybe one Wrath of God or something like that. I think the swords showed themselves being very good because you can
The
exile the
sword
card.
is you can exile the whale when they cast the recurring nightmare. You can source the whale, so it's actually pretty good if you're not able to counter it with counterspell or announce.
Yeah, and we might be able to go to the table. So they're still shuffling up, but they're ready to get into the game. I'm hearing here.
But the best card for the standstill player is humility,
Yeah,
without a doubt, because it stops every creature,
yeah.
even the monk realist that doesn't have any enter this battlefield ability.
Hmm. I agree. Humility is a very, very good card.
And
We
actually, I like the dust bones to be able to destroy some of its non-basics.
mhm. Like, but it is not playing that
Because
many mana land. Like, no, the creature land. Sorry, is he?
no, but you could keep him low on mana.
Okay. Yeah, this was a weird game. We did see because we, as we see here, we have
He has a
like
lot of mana.
26 lands. So we didn't see any lands in like after
And we
3
saw
turns.
a first turn Floodstrats and to rest taking out mana leak. And now he plays a seal of cleansing.
So we just missed out on what Marcus kept, but Joachim figured that Monalik was where he wanted to like get around, but we actually get to see the hand here. We have a Disenchant, a Source of Plowshares, the last pick from him also in the last game. A Null,
Mm.
as we mentioned, being picked. So we have all
Yeah,
the answers for the like key setup cards, I guess.
yeah, but
I'm,
nothing else.
yeah, from Joachim's side, I'm guessing he has some sort of pressure in mind now because of Source of Plowshares, right? I might have taken the annul or I don't
No,
know.
you have to take the swords because otherwise it just responds with the swords if it's relevant to get back the
Yeah,
annul
but
or disenchant.
like if
You,
you're
you you make him spend one mana, it's not relevant.
but trying to get like survival of the fit going, uh, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Might be right.
Because now Marcus needs to get to draw like a land and a factor fiction.
And the chat is talking about inner and or outer sleeves. I usually use inner sleeves on like most of my decks nowadays. I don't know. Has it really to do anything with card value? I just like started adapting that. I don't know. Uh, if you're not playing, I don't know, like cube. No cube. They're probably sleeved up. I don't know. Yep. So we see, as I mentioned, there's an aggressive route that Joachim is going about, and
Yeah.
we actually see the treetop village. So you're absolutely
So
right.
take four.
But you're also right, Mickey, about the dust bowls being a good choice keeping in.
Because you can always keep him short on mana. For example, green mana in this situation, like destroy his black green land and his treetop.
Yep.
I mean, in this situation, it will be perfect for Marcus to have a decree of justice,
Hmm.
blocking the fiend and then swordsing the treetop village.
Alvaro is talking in the chat about pre-modern being gold. I don't know
There
about
you
that.
go. There's the
Here we have the card value. How would you pile this up from the fact of fiction? We don't know the cards in Joachim's hand, so It seems like he's giving the choice between Mana Lake, Plains Wrath of God, and or the instant removal of Swords to Plowshares and an island.
I think you should play the island, plains, islands, and swords, just to keep it off. Because now he chooses that pile and it has 6 mana, so you can wrath and play a mana leak.
Yeah, and he did the
It's
correct answer because it's not brain science. You just take the biggest pile, right?
you take the best pile always.
Okay, okay. I thought you needed to go up on cards as much as possible.
Yeah. But now you can play the wrath and have mana leak up.
And he
So
gets
actually,
Swords to Plowshares back in hand.
yes, which can deal with the mana.
Mhm.
Because if he went with the double land or island plains and swords to plowshares,
Yep.
he would be able to mana leak the spell that's coming now.
Hmm.
So I
We'll see.
think that's also a bit loose. Here comes a birds. It can't be mana leaked because it has 3 more mana.
Yeah, we might actually, just looking at this right now, we might see a game three, I'd say, because Marcus is setting up where he wants to be now. You can play around the mana leak, and two birds might do that. That's what's happened from Joachim there, following up. Maybe playing around the Wrath of God also. Still, there's a lot of recursion going on in Joachim's deck with uh, like reanimation spells. So another Wrath of God, taking care of the birds, not
I
having any of it, says Marcus.
I think that's pretty loose, killing two birds with one wrath, or was it?
Yeah, you could have just attacked, right? I guess with the
You should
Visha.
just pass the turn. I mean, the
Yeah.
birds are doing nothing. I think.
Mm. But he might be afraid of a recurring nightmare, and he might feel that
Yeah, but
he's
for
up
recurring
ahead
nightmare, you
or
have
something.
you know,
It looks like
this,
we're seeing a
no, don't
swords here.
swords to plowshares. No swords to plowshares on a spike field. No, don't do it.
So Joachim gains some life from the Spike Fiend, 2 life for each counter. That's why he is at 21.
Spike feeder. I
Spike
don't spike.
Feeder, not Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
I mean, he wants to play a standstill now.
mhm.
I'm guessing that's why he's doing this.
Mm.
But
So he,
it would have been so much better to just, okay, it resolves wrath you.
yeah, and I'm wondering. It looks like he might have taken out Standstill or something because he's looked at a lot of cards, and that might have been a good opportunity for him to deploy it. So maybe they're still in the deck, or let's see how he responds to the Mesmeric Fiend here. He actually counter spells it with the Mana Leak. Doing a end of turn impulse, probably. Looking at some cards, looking for some more card advantage, I'd say, at this point. Maybe a humility, as you mentioned, being a key card. But if playing a humility, you probably want some like securing it, staying it in play, I
Yeah.
guess.
I'm a big fan of playing a card like Impulse before counterspelling the Fiend,
Mm-hmm.
just because you know what's happening. You could draw on like another card that does something in the situation. The more information you have, it's easier to make the correct
Yeah,
decision on. Uh,
we have another Mesmeric Fiend being played here. Let's see how Marcus responds this time around. Maybe he has multiple counter spells. He actually has one more, and now it's up to Joachim to take either the. Yeah, he don't have the answer for the mesmeric field in hand, but he has like the some of the key answers for the cards that would put Marcus in a pinch. The survival and the fittest, and the recurring nightmare, maybe.
Because now Marcus would probably love drawing a decree of justice, just getting infinite soldiers. And
Well, also we one thing that Joachim could be started doing now, Marcus with in at 11, is attacking
attack
with
you
the
for
treetop
4.
attacking with the treetop village for 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cabal therapy being played. Yeah, I guess you're counterspelling this, right?
yeah.
You're like you can't really do anything about it.
Uh,
And if we see a sacrifice, you're still sacrificing the mesmeric field, fiend. You still get to
you
impulse.
don't sacrifice because you know he has an impulse and he will.
Yeah.
It's slightly awkward to like sack it. I'll play my impulse in response, and it's a guessing game because you don't know what cards he has in hand.
So Joachim is maybe trying to keep up the block possibility with Treetop Village instead of going aggressive here. Or
No, you should just attack this turn because now
well,
he needs to start keeping back his factory.
it seems like he has some sort of response to the attack. So I don't really know what he could have. Okay, this is his turn still before pausing the turn.
Yeah, that's getting countered, right?
Yeah. No, we actually only have one blue mana, and
Yeah, but it's
we no. He, okay, they annul. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
I was thinking about the mana leak. You're absolutely right.
So
So
I don't understand why he played straight into open mana and a counter spell.
yeah,
He just should be attacking with the treetop village.
yeah.
And what I don't understand why he is attacking.
Maybe
Uh,
has another, but we do have the disenchant, right?
yeah,
Also
but
as an
this enchant
alter.
doesn't do anything for
Yeah, but
the
I'm
treetop.
I'm I'm just thinking if we have another enchantment we want to get into play, nothing really matters because we have the disenchant also.
But
We have the Wall of Blossoms. Drawing a card, I'm
oh,
guessing. Ah,
it's
I don't,
mana leaked.
I don't know about that, but maybe you're
Uh,
feeling
it,
that the Mana Leak ain't doing anything later on.
yeah,
Okay,
that could be it. And it could. Oh, there comes the swords again.
I'm thinking that Marcus is really afraid about the recurring nightmare, like trying to keep everything aboard, and maybe, as you mentioned, trying to set up the standstill scenario.
Yeah, but I think he's wasting his resources.
Mm. Yeah, I kind of not agreeing also on the Mana Leak, but we don't know his whole hand. He did draw a couple of spells that we haven't seen yet. We see an attack. If he did have a standstill, he would have probably played it there. So
Maybe he sided out the standstills.
yeah, I think that's reasonable to sideboard out a couple of them at least. Having so many
Yeah.
answers also in his sideboard for what Marcus
But when
wants,
when
for
your
what
opponent
Joachim
is
wants to win.
playing duresses and couple therapies and other discard spells, you usually want some kind of card draw to
Yeah,
be able to get out of the situation when he has like to rescue. And
yeah, and
because as it sits now, he has a factor fiction, of course.
we do see an attack here as we wanted to see him doing earlier for 3,
Uh,
taking Marcus to 5. So here we see the humility, the breath of God, the dust bowl being put really a bit to the side. Why do you think that's happening here?
I don't know because it's gonna totally wreck him.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. He actually picked the wrong pile because you need to pick the pile with the most cards. But the humility don't do anything. The wrath of God don't do anything, and a 2/1 flyer land is too slow to actually do anything. Also, so we do
I
see.
might have been tempted. I don't know. Yeah, you should just probably take the dust bowl.
That's pro, yeah. Especially if he did have, as we see here, the standstill. He really wanted to uh, get ahead of the treetop village there. Now I'm actually seeing we might get into a game three.
We're
Yep,
having a third game, yeah.
yep, yep. When we are. Looking at the sideboard briefly again. Uh, I think we kind of called it earlier. We
Yeah, I think
expected
we
the
did.
annuls. We did see the annuls. We did see the silo cleansing, right?
Yeah, we did. It was played on the second turn.
Yeah, and we have some decisions in main, but so we're 10 minutes left for game three, but we're looking at the next deck, I guess. We're not seeing that much that would differ from game two or
From
three
the
here.
game plan, no, it's the.
We did see the spike. Okay, he has a spike feeder in main also. Um, I don't know actually what it did take in. You thought
I he took
duress
in
as
duress, and he should
yeah.
take in naturalize,
Okay, for
just
the
to be a bit of deal.
humility and
Yeah,
even the seal of cleansing, I guess, is a like way to go about in some scenarios. I kind of like the pernicious deed also, uh, but that's a
okay.
late
So
game, so
let's go to the game and see if they started.
pernicious deed might take care of the soldiers from the Queer of Justice and the some stuff in play. But as we've seen the games earlier being developed, we did see Joachim with the recurring nightmare deck, the Loop the Whale being the aggressor. So maybe that's just like stumbling on what you're trying to do. And as we also did see, Marcus wanted to just get all the permanents out of there. So maybe Pernicious D is just helping him out in that way.
I think the Marcus is playing a bit loose, like wasting his resources way too much.
Mm. But you're allowed if you're drawing, if you're playing fact fiction and stance. You have a lot of cards, right?
Uh,
Treetop Village passing the turn, Island passing it over.
Holding
Uh,
up maybe an all for a survival of the fittest.
yeah, probably.
What
Uh,
what is gonna resolve
yep.
in our island?
Yeah, so
No,
it's the 20. Okay, now they updated the life totals. We did see the wrong life total number earlier. They hadn't updated it.
it's the
The rest,
counter spell.
counterspelling the dress, usually the correct play, but also giving Joachim the
The opportunity to play survival.
and activating it with the Walrus. So a
So he's probably
nice.
getting a squee.
No, I actually went for the what's it called? The
Genesis.
Genesis. Well, that's a good recurring way of getting your cards into play, I guess. But that's a really good setup from him, I'd say. Trying to like addressing the counterspell issue and playing the walls, and then able
Yeah.
to do all the things he needs to do in the same turn. There we do see the squee. As I mentioned, being banned a while in Premodern, that's looking back on it feels a bit funny. But
No,
being really good in these types of decks, so
yeah, and he's probably discarding a squee to get a Mesmeric Fiend, maybe,
hmm
which is pretty good with the Genesis. So
yep. So what happens then? You mean?
he can counterspell it, but then with the Genesis, you can pay 3 mana during upkeep and get it back.
Mm. So
Look, I was correct.
look,
I,
Ma.
I made the right call.
What we want to see from Marcus right now is humility, I guess, or some
Yeah,
sort of graveyard hate.
yeah. At this point, I would have let the Fiend resolve
Yeah, maybe because it takes a
because it's just,
toll on the mana, I guess.
but it's just 5 mana, bring it back, play it again. So he can't counterspell it like every turn. It's not possible.
Yeah, because
So
now we
it's
probably see
just
another
worth it to
one.
resolve.
Yeah, we see another one, right?
Yeah, he's getting another one. Or during his upkeep, he just paid 3 mana to get it back.
Mm,
And he still could have used the Wall of Roots at the end of his opponent's turn.
yeah.
Uh, so now the standstill player needs to find the humility to win this game, I think.
Probably. Okay, he's going the value route here. From Joachim, that is, with the Elder, getting more mana if it does resolve. Uh,
I would just continue to disrupt his hand. He was so eager to
Counterspell.
counterspell. Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe it's figuring that. Yeah, you're right. Maybe, but it might have missed a land drop there also.
but he had 5 mana, so he could have 3 mana during his upkeep, bring back
Yeah,
the Fiend and play it again.
but if you want to go wide, maybe you need some more mana. You can't rely on the wall that,
Yeah, maybe.
that much longer. And this is a threat
It is.
in a way. So we do see the 2-3 split here. Marcus bringing the annul and
Rathin's factory to his graveyard, and
yeah.
you got the disenchant and a fairy conclave.
Hmm. So we will probably see an answer to the survival here in this enchant.
Yep.
Now we're not in parity, but I don't think this is over by
No,
far.
this game is close.
Yeah.
Maybe let's see if he brings back the squee, but not the fiend.
Hmm. We do see an attack here, as I mentioned. That actually
Take two.
being the main point of Joachim almost winning there earlier. He seems to have a lot of survival of the fittest in his deck.
It does.
So
The,
here we see another resolve of it, and the squee goes to the graveyard, and maybe this time he brings back a
the fiend.
Mesmeric Fiend. Hmm?
And the clock is starting to wind down. We have only
Yeah,
less
you're
than
right.
3 minutes on the clock.
So the round timer we see there on the right, it's 2.5 minutes. Uh, but it's going really much back and forth, I'd say. Uh,
Yeah,
once
I believe
again,
that this game will be a draw. I believe.
yeah, probably. If someone is winning, I'm guessing Joachim going off. Uh,
Yeah, that,
we
that that's the only thing. Uh,
we do see here now, him being actually on one white. So
he
that
has a second planes in hand.
okay, did have it. So
Yeah.
he can wrath.
So he needs to play it now to get back his swords, and
Yeah, that
so
might
he
be
can
what we're
stop
seeing.
the.
I would probably wrath an attack though, because if he did it draw a counter spell, he might have done that.
Just faking a counterspell. Yeah.
Yep. But that's one unknown card, or it could be an impulse, of course, and you're not really needing to play it during main or at that turn. I guess you already played your land, so
I know he's getting 2 lands from the Java My Elder.
yeah, bringing back the squee in the upkeep, drawing a card. Still got
Nothing
the
else.
engine going. Not able to play the squee, but that's not what we're doing. And here we actually see the key card. I wonder if he did the wrong decision actually on playing the Wrath of God there. The humility would have been.
I don't know the interaction between Humility, Breath of God, and Mesmeric Fiend if he gets back the card. I don't think he does.
I don't think it gets back the card, but you're like squee and everything, even the Yavamai Elder doesn't do anything anymore. And he
Huh.
do have another Wrath of God in his hand, right? So
Yeah, I would have played the Humility for sure.
hmm.
And then your
Because we
opponent.
did only see one in his deck also. So I think that was a big blow for Marcus there. Squeeze still works, right? I don't believe it does. I think all
Under
of the.
Humility, it's
Okay,
in the graveyard.
so it works.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
humility is only cards in play.
correct.
Okay,
And now you place the seal. Seal, he should just seal away the survival. Yes, there you go.
Då är den pangad.
sail away, come
Okay,
sail, sail away.
Jajamän.
And there we are. And now we have time, I
Time.
believe. So
Because
it's
now
still
Marcus is giving Joachim has a chance to combo him out here. If the humility is dropped on the table, this
yeah, he could not have done anything about
no.
like the. I agree.
There's that one. And responses. Check my card. No, I didn't have anything.
But is he
what can he-
comboing off though? This
No.
is turn 1-ish, I guess, on the extra turns. Mesmeric Fiend,
That's not enough. I think Joachim aggressively should have gone for
the combo.
he's just dumping the combo in this graveyard, dumping the whale and Triskelion as soon as
Yeah,
soon as
but
possible.
we did know about the swords. You can't answer with the swords at any point. You could do it
No,
with
but just
the.
just get the cards in the graveyard,
Ah,
and
okay.
then you draw a recurring, and oops, it's game over.
He has the recurring though. That's what
He has the recurring, but he doesn't have a combo in his graveyard.
Okay.
He should have aggressively just dump the cards in your graveyard.
I see.
It only takes one squee. Like get whale, discard whale, get Triskelion, discard Triskelion, get fiend, game over.
So we see maybe turn 3 now, or something like that. The next
Yeah, I
turn.
believe it's turn 3.
And I'm guessing like what I've seen from like this whole matchup is like how good the Treetop Village seemed. Bringing, especially is going so aggressively against those sorts of plowshares, but yeah, we're too late on actually dwindling down Marcus' life total. And at this point, of course, he could have maybe played a decree. Actually, this is turn 3, 4, 5. Okay, so
it's not enough. It's 4 tokens.
Yeah, but
and your point is a 17.
I was thinking on a scenario if he could have played some angels at any point.
He had 7 mana. He need 8 mana for 2 angels.
Yeah.
Since he has the Fairy Conclave, he could have gone for but just 1 land off.
Yeah. So he could not really win anyhow. And I think they're just playing it out at this point because This is turn 4, and next turn, if we're correct on the turn count, it should be Joachim's last turn. We do still see them going about. We see the standstill being played also. Maybe trying to get a count spell, just securing. I understand why Joachim is playing it out.
But there's also sacrificing my
Yeah, he don't really. But thinning out your deck and whatever. Can we see a win from here? He needs to play a recurring nightmare, and he, as you mentioned, he don't really have anything in his graveyard that lets him go anything
and now
further.
his opponent has a standstill, so he can draw into a swords or
a
a
counter
counter spell.
spell, or I think even Mana Leak in at least one of the cards that Joachim tries to play will snag the combo off.
But if he gets recurring whale, he has infinite mana.
Yeah, but you need to find
almost.
it. You need to have it in your bin, right? As you mentioned, the turn
But he doesn't
earlier.
have anything in his bin.
Yeah. So.
And he aggressively went for Genesis on the first survival activation. He went for Genesis and didn't use. I wonder if he forgot about it actually.
Yeah, the Genesis.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
been sitting in his bin for the entire game.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't really seen him making any use of it.
We should probably ask him if he forgot that he had a card in his graveyard.
Yeah, I don't know if we're able to get him in, but because this is time around, so we're going to the next 5th round later on. We're back. They drawed. Did they draw? We're guessing
Yes,
they drawed.
they did. It was 1-1.
Yep. So, well, I think it was a kind of interesting matchup. We see that they. I don't know who were favored actually. If we had some more humility, it seemed from the blue-white player.
I think I like the stencil deck having another copy of Humility.
Yeah.
In the sideboard. I mean, it's an expensive card nowadays. It's probably like $100 something, €100.
Yeah. Of course.
So that could be a factor.
You don't have an abundance of cards usually. You play what you have. So we're going into the next round in maybe around 10 minutes or something. We're having a small break, and nice to have you here, Micke, and we'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back. Gordon's back in the house, and I have one of the judges, Jesper, with me. Hello, how you doing, good sir?
Yeah. Hello. I'm doing fine, thank you. It seems like my camera is lagging a bit, but I'm doing fine. I've had a calm tournament so far. Celine is really being a boss with doing all the judge calls and stuff. So I've been sitting here rolling my thumbs.
You haven't been needing to do much. She just fixes everything. So she just fixes it. I like it. So we're a bit behind on fixing the feature match because one of the players had some problems with the tech. So I'm setting up our next feature match would be John against Jens, UB Stifle against Elves, both players on 3-1 fighting for their survival in the tournament. Let's see if they can see me here. No, because there's a lot of them, and they try, like, even if there's a lot of them, you can have like, but this is the good one, but people think others are fun. But here it seems no one even knows what is the best. Okay, I'm getting the players now, and as we can see now on stream, that's one of the decks we are going to see, the Elves, and he will be playing against UB Stifle. That's what we talked about earlier on stream with Limdal's Vault, which I think is beautiful, but also Gush and so on. So we're gonna go down to the game area and hope for the best here, that it actually works out. Yeah, we have them there, and it's round 5. Both are 3-1, and we have very bad cameras. We're gonna see if we can fix that. A 4x1 camera, I did not even believe you could have those anymore. Let's see, getting Jens also. Oh my god. There we go, and can see his hole. Yep, counter spell being played there. I believe everything's fine. Oh, like, I know one of the players, Slay J, Jens, but he also likes to play foils, and only foils. So therefore, I really can't root for him, even, like, yeah. So I will root for the player playing Gush and Limdal's Vault, because I do like those. If I'm more, like, interested in the matchup, I do. It really is. But I think Elves is favored in the matchup, I would say. But I'm rooting for John. And you? What do you think?
I don't know any of the players, but I think it's a hard call going between the decks, what deck to root for. Elves is not as much fun as Stifle, I would say. But I think I would also prefer seeing the black and white splash for the deck. And like these types of cards that we're seeing here is not my favorite types of cards. Like Duress, I think it's a really cheap card.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
is.
more
It's just
balanced
one.
than
It's
what
just
has
one
been
black
printed
mana.
in later terms, and it's not a hymn to Thorax. So Duress is like the lesser of all evils, I guess. But I just want to see some fun stuff going on, and I'm really looking forward to see the Phyrexian Dreadnoughts getting stifled here.
Yep.
So
like,
I would say I'm rooting for the Dreadnought deck.
Yep. Do you think it is favored or just rooting for it?
So as for what deck is favored or not, probably the Elves decks can go wide enough if we don't get like a turn 2 Dreadnought.
I think there is a huge lag on your sound part.
I'm experiencing some lag as well. Do you know what? If we can just put a picture instead of my video frame, I can join with the other computer. We'll probably get better sound and less lag because the laptop has been.
I do not have a backup for cameras here on people, sadly enough. But
okay, it will just be an OBS thingy, but if it's acceptable,
I know. But just try to rejoin. Let's see if he goes back, comes back, and so on. Now I forgot to turn on the round timer, but there's around 50 minutes left. Let's see. I could probably go here and put. Oh wait, what? Timer There we go. Let's see if we get Jesper now without a delay. Hello, Jesper.
I can hear you, and hopefully it's not lagging either.
It looks better now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
See for how long?
Hopefully long enough. So we can see here on the battlefield a bit what I was expecting, actually. Oh gosh, like the Elves player are actually doing stuff and foils, while Stifle Not is trying. Like, does a Dreadnought even win this situation?
Like, here I'm guessing it's gonna be too late, right?
Yeah.
We got the bomb in hand for the Elves player as well. I think, and I also think that's the downside of playing the non-white versions. You can't be as solid with your turn 2 Dreadnoughts, right? You can't go a Darker Wastes and Lighten Tutor for the Dreadnought and just be able to Stifle on turn 2.
No, it's like that's a good thing about white and also meddling mage, of course, and so on. But the white version is probably the better version, but I think this is more of a beauty of a deck.
I'm thinking Esper though.
Yeah, sure, but it's about like it's the meddling mages and Lightened Tutors. I would mostly like, especially Enlightened, of course. We have Kevin Costarino in chat saying that this version is better against the Rock and so on, that it's a better grind fest. What do you think about that, Jesper?
I think it's hard because there is some lag, and I'm not sure which deck would still be favored. I think the Rock is still probably a favorite deck against the blue-black version as well. But here we saw the Elves deck take away the game, and we probably lost focus on it. I'm not sure if we should try to focus on the decks or if we should try to focus on getting non-laggy versions.
Yeah, I'm actually going in to see, but like it's your sound.
Getting Anton, maybe.
Yeah, it's your sound that is laggy, so even turning off the camera is not. So yeah, I will actually go and see.
Turning off the camera would include changing to an actual desktop computer. So, but
maybe for a later round. But let's see if we can get another commentator in. Sorry about that. You're fixing here, and I really wanted to commentate with you. It was so long since I saw you. But next time.
Yeah, it would have been fun. But we should do some legacy stuff, man. Not to bash on Premodern, I just put up together my Enchantress deck, but
oh, that's of course.
We should do some more stuff.
We should.
Possibilities are endless.
They really are. Jesper, have a great one, and maybe we see you later on or hear you. But for now, cheers.
Yeah, at least hear you.
So sadly, that had some problems, but it happens. We can look at the other deck. I will try to fix this instead and see if we can get someone else in here with me. And thank you everyone for following the channel. We do have some good content sometimes as well. Okay, 13-year-old laptop running Chrome. Yeah, I can see that. Anton will join. That is the organizer of the tournament, the main. He's working a lot behind the scenes, fixing all the matches. He's the one choosing feature match and whatnot. So he will join me as soon as possible. I just sent him the information. But yeah, here we can see Elves. one very strange thing here, as this is from Slay J, the one who also plays like foiled 7th edition birds and foil everything, playing gold bordered Fyndhorn Elves seems a bit strange. Would love to have a talk with him about that. But who knows, there's probably a reason. But now I believe we have Anton on, so let's see if we can get him in. Hello, Mr. A22Ton!
Hello, Gordon.
Hello, how's the tournament going?
Yeah, it's running smoothly, I think. Hasn't been that many hiccups. It's been some bugs in reporting, but like everyone has been very thorough to really look at that the reporting has been good. So other than that, it's smooth. We're on time, more or less, which is nice. So
Okay, when we actually have here in stream, Kevin Costarino has the answer to my question. Like Mr. Pimp himself playing 4 gold-bordered Fyndhorn Elves. Apparently he likes them more than 4 black-bordered.
yeah, it's a crime
no
against
follow.
humanity, but yeah, we will forgive him for that.
It's just so serious. Like, it's okay for people to do that, but just when you play foil cradles and then gold-bordered versions of Fyndhorn Elves, it's just wait, what now?
Yeah. It's all right. He's been like, yeah, we'll forgive him.
Jens is amazing. Slay J is the man.
Yeah.
But with that said, what do you think about the matchup?
I think since I didn't see, how did the first game go? 'Cause I think
Jesper took it down fairly quickly and easily.
Okay, yeah, because I think Elves is favored here because of Tanglewire. Like Tanglewire is such a great card against the Dreadnought, so this is like one of those matchups where Tanglewire really shines. But it's a close match. I think it's a fun match. Can be quite fast though, but yeah.
Yeah. So as you are our match spotter, you of course have fixed a backup for this.
Yeah, this was the backup. I didn't know
know.
what happened with Mano's game.
Mano's camera just froze, weren't able to join feature for some reason.
Okay, then I will let Jesper, he can fix some backup, perhaps.
That seems like a perfect plan. No, there has been, like, there is, as you said, not many hiccups, systems working, feature match and so on as well, but just some players either sit with 13-year-old laptops, as Jesper as well, and then it is hard, and then we need to just change because like they can't be on feature because of that reason. It happens. No worries. That's why we have you guys fixing backups and such.
Yeah. But it's nice. Yeah, you're right, Michael. Deranged Hermit is very nice with against Deranged Hermit. Against Dreadnought, sorry.
Yeah.
Starting great here with commentary and
it's a bit smaller.
It's a bit smaller, but it it goes wide, and it's
Yeah, but you need one
good.
more creature to eat the Dreadnought. It's just 11.
Yeah.
It's only 11.
Well, you don't want to block the Dreadnought. You just want to aggro with the Dreadnought player.
That is true. I do not believe they have updated their life totals yet, but they will probably do it as soon as the first damage is being thrown at someone. It's 2020, not 1120.
Yeah. So I guess you've stated these both players are 3-1 currently, so both at 9 points.
Yeah.
So this is
Are you good at,
more or less a win and in.
Yeah, are you good at tournament math?
No.
Me neither. That's probably the big problem here. Like, but if you're 4-1, can you draw the last one for 4-1?
I think you can. I think you can in this particular tournament. I think 13 points will probably come in, but as I said, I am very bad at tournament math.
Yeah,
so,
do not listen to me either. But I'm guessing 4-1-1 will will be enough. Maybe even a 4 and 2 will join the fray.
It might be so today. Very many people have dropped like all X2s. No, not all, but many X2s have dropped. So I'm not sure how that affects the whole thing later on. But yeah,
me neither. So, but losing here is not a good option if you want to top 8.
But Slay played 4 as a go.
That's
a very unusual start from Elves.
By the way, right now we have 3 players on 4-0.
Yeah.
3 players on 4-0.
Yeah, and 1 on 3-0-1. So Engineered Plague on run 2 is pretty darn good. Let's see if Slady has naturalizes in his sideboard. I assume he does.
I also assume it does, but doesn't seem to have one in hand, because then you probably play it.
Unless he wants to play around days.
Yeah.
Because I assume Jan has days. If it's a regular.
He played 2 days, I believe.
Okay.
But here we have 1 Stifle Naught.
Yeah.
Not the best.
This is a good start from Jan.
First shutting down Jensen's deck and then doing his thing. Yeah, seems pretty okay.
Yeah, Morph is good.
So what can a Morph be? It can only be one
I
card.
haven't seen his list. Is it a Vigilante or a Birchler Rangers? Does he play the Nantuku Vigilante?
I'm guessing it is. Like Birchlore, it is not what you play here.
No. It's a 2/2, but yeah.
So I'm just guessing the Nantuko to kill stuff. Isn't that what it does?
It does. It's a naturalize. So, but then like you have to take the Dreadnought now. You can't take the Plague here. So.
That is true. Apparently.
Yeah, I think you're right, Robin. Kevin Casarino. I think people are really undervaluating like mass removal and how important it is, because Elves still goes under the radar a bit, and like goblins are huge.
Yep. And there we have the Nantuko Vigilante.
Yeah, rightly taking off the Dreadnought to survive a bit longer.
Yeah, it needs to, sadly, as said. But this is like overall what you said, like people aren't playing enough, say, Engineered Plague and so on. Overall, I would say in formats like this, community created formats, I think metagaming building sideboards are probably the place people do worst. They play their deck, they want to play that, and then just, okay, these cards are good against these, and so on. Actually, like looking at what's being played a lot, metagaming for it, and so on, not as much. Also, the metagames are so small, so if you do it too much, you can get burned.
Yeah, you're perfectly right, but like
still today, you can get burned by the meta.
Good one.
There's 7 slide decks in the format today.
Yeah, it is.
Which is a lot.
It's such a broad format, so like it's hard to have you can't have a perfect 15 sideboard because the format is too like versatile. If we would have a GP and assume everyone is playing Spike, then you could probably like adjust your sideboard to that. But like in any other settings, people will still come with their like pet decks and or like tweaked versions or something. But
but that's the thing. Like the winter tournament we streamed, there was no slide deck in the whole tournament. A field of like 40 players or so, I don't remember exactly. And today we have 7. That says a lot about you can't really metagame your sideboard. But
and I mean, people obviously pick stuff like that up. Like, all those 7 people, like, were they just thinking, no slide last time? Fuck, I will punish everyone now.
That is. Like, is it only me who gets like a headache from John's camera? It just blinks like this because he has that glare, which it as soon as he removes the hand, the camera tries to.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
sorry,
worse,
John.
but yeah.
Like, woof. But do you know what we have on the top tables? Have you checked? See what decks?
I know a slide deck is there. I know a rock deck is there, but then
Let's see.
there's two people I have no idea.
We have the solution on 4-0.
Nice.
We have Sly on 4-0, and we have a Madness on 4-0. Those are the 3 4-0 players. That's a cool, like, because Sly, aggro, of course. I would call Madness a mid-range deck. It's strange to see exactly what it is, but it's not aggro.
I put it, when I roughly did the archetype count here, like, I put the Madness decks in aggro, but those are like, yeah, I agree. You could put them in mid-range, but like, you could put them in aggro, so I'm not sure.
It's
tempo is somewhere in between, yeah.
And then the solution, a control deck, I would say.
I'd call that a mid-range deck for sure, yeah. That, at least that's how I counted them right now.
Yeah. But like, you are probably correct there. Like, Madness is a tempo-ish. It's a unaggressive aggro deck.
Yeah, something like it. Yeah.
But that's a cool like 3-4-0s. Quite different decks.
Yeah.
So the game
and Fluffy, which we saw on stream, is 301. So the Rock is up there as well. He's the only one there.
Yep. And then we have a bunch of 3-1, so we won't go through those. These two players are among those. Next round, we will see another probably then 4-1 match, winning in. Is my guess. If people want to see a winning in or like the most fun we can find, we're trying to do like the first 4 rounds with more fun decks, and then going into these that are actually fighting for their tournament life for the last 2 rounds. So we get a broad spectrum of decks and so on, because we don't want to just do the top tables, because we are going to see those in top 8, of course.
Yeah, we are. All right, so Tanglewire buys time, but Jens keeps drawing lands here, so
he needs an Astro Slide. So he can... No, it's only when it unmorphs. Damn it doesn't even work.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. But like, I mean, he is 4 turns away from closing the deal here. So, and Jan only has 2 cards in hand. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. Tanglewire is very good against Stifle Knot.
We have a question in the chat from Petto. Is this a proxy tournament? Kinda, but the only proxy that is allowed is the gold bordered cards.
Yeah, the official Wizard proxy products, gold bordered international edition.
So those have become. If this was a IRL tournament, no, but they have become quite common on the online scene, so we allowed them here as well. Because of that. But no other proxies in any way. You need to have the Wizards real proxies. Cloudgut Ranger, yes, the stream from the Winter Blast will make it to YouTube. This weekend kind of fucked up my YouTube schedule because there were apparently 2 tournaments. I'm very glad though.
Oh, that's a nice tech. Did you see that play?
That he played his own creature, let it and flashed.
He played Llanowar Elves, let it die, and then just flashing the color of the claw. Yeah, that's a cool play.
It's a very, very cool play. But also Jens is one of the top Premodern players, I would say. He's a very good player.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was I going for there? I don't even remember.
The
Winter Blast there on YouTube. Yeah, I'm just happy that I got Anton to not do this tournament on Saturday. That was yesterday, because then I would have well,
yeah, it was a rough Friday for you, Gordon.
yeah, so I'm happy with that, but that makes the schedule for YouTube. But they are coming. Wizards official proxy. Yeah, the products that aren't made for play, but are collectors' products in the same. That is the World Championship decks, early collector's editions, and so on, which are cards made to not be played in regular Magic. That's why they have gold borders and so on, or square corners. But many people like them because they are still printed by Wizards. It's not like take your pen and scribble or print. And so in online game, they are usually accepted when it comes to both pre-modern and old school. Spore Frog is one of my favorite cards ever.
Yeah, it is.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, he can't stabilize from this, right, Jon? Does he have any, like... He doesn't have any Dark Ritual into Infest or something like that, right? Seems unlikely.
Maybe a Decree of Pain, cycling that for 5?
Yeah, but like this, this game shows what I was talking about before this. Like Tango Wire, in my experience playing Elves a lot, Tango Wire is what makes Elves have an upper hand. I mean, survival Elves are great, but it's a risk on the fast combo decks to not have that much disruption. And I think, like, I mean, Jens drew like shit here. He has drawn half his land in this deck. I'm not sure if Jon has drawn better per se, but yeah.
Yeah, and also Jens is actually killing the opponent with Engineered Plague in play.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's badass.
Lich,
cool.
We have Flippy in chat. Lich is 3-2. So if you win one more against the correct opponent, maybe you have a chance of taking that 8th spot or so.
That's
maybe.
Insane. That's I think though that deck, top 3 spice deck this tournament at least.
So we have gotten information that Martin Lindström is still playing, the one on 10 points against Jürgen, who is our 4-0. So it's a Martin needs to win. Jürgen can lose. What do you say about trying to get that one on?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if I can fix that. That's the backup.
Let me see.
That.
Do you have a round timer here on the stream? No.
I have. If I show the game, I have one, I believe. That should say 26 minutes. I'm not sure exactly, but around there.
24 minutes. 24 minutes.
So our right timer is 2 minutes off. But hey, that happens. Let's see if we can get him. We tried to have Martin earlier on. No, we had him on. That was it. Update. Send. Martin is up 1 game here. 4-1-1 make it top 8. Maybe. We are no pros, but
yeah, 4-1-1 will definitely make it to top 8. That I'm pretty sure of. Like, there's 4-1-1 would definitely make it top 8. Because it's only 3 people at 3-0, and how many? 9 at 3. Yeah. I'll fuck it. I'll just speculate, but I'm pretty sure. I'm like 97% sure it will.
Same here. I'm speculating, but I can't see it not.
I mean, there's got to be some statistical nerd out there in the chat who like, depending on this amount of players, 4-1 will go in, right? So hit us up with all your knowledge.
And with that, we are going down to the game here, where Martin Lindström is up 1 game against Jürgen, which I have some strange copying problems there. Let's see.
Okay.
Jurgen
Here we have
Stefan on the Madness deck. So we have the 4-0 player against the 3-0-1 player, who is also up a game.
We have Manland Beatdown.
Yeah, this looks to be over.
He's at 5, but he has 2 4/4s. So, and Martin can block 1 4/4 and then swing in with a back. Yeah, this should be over, right?
Yeah,
Unless he has
doesn't...
Wonder in the... Does he have Wonder in the yard?
No.
It's like if he flies, then no, he will land at 1 life. No, but then he can't activate both Treetop Villages because... Okay, but then he can't block. Yeah, it should be over.
There's a Wonder in the graveyard, someone says, and yeah, I can see a Wonder as well there. So...
Okay, he had a Root Valla here, okay. Interesting.
But still, 8 damage is not 9.
No, it's not. But he can't activate, he only has... Oh, because he needs to block with Wall of Roots.
He can't. Wonder.
He can't Wonder, no. Yeah, right.
So there's
so
a
then
Wonder.
He can use 1 green for Wall of Roots to activate both Treetops, 1 Blastoderm and 1 Mishra. And if he swings in with 2, I mean, then he's... Yeah, then he's just dead, so he gotta keep on the defense, right? Interesting.
Combat math.
Board state. Yeah.
We have one more backup as well if this goes that way. We try our best to give you as much magic as possible. I do hope you have enjoyed that chat, because I'm actually, me, if I can say it myself, I'm a bit happy there. Drunkenness level 2. We're not at more.
I need to get another beer.
Yeah, I'm doing.
Do you mind me
Delirium
going
Red
off
now.
like 10? Oh, I have a. Oh, Johnson is here.
No, you go.
Handling me beers. That's awesome.
Oh, perfect. So where did he end up? You had a player at your place playing.
He went 2-2 and dropped. He has stayed at my house since Thursday, and he's gonna go home to his wife.
You have had a Easter magic gathering.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we played.
What the actual just happened?
Oh, what?
20
the MTG bot took over.
Dond156 gave away 20 community subscriptions. And
is that
the MTG bot is saying wrong numbers and so on here, but yeah, I'm 20 people just got subscriptions to the channels, I believe, if I'm understand this correctly. I don't know, but I believe so. Big Fang Don156, you are I don't even know what to say.
You need to do something special, Gordon.
I think I
remove
did
the tie.
I tried to tip. I did it wrong.
Nice.
Yeah, 314. We probably need to check that command. I'll remember to do that now. Don, you are the man. How to tip? You click on the link here below on Twitch. Now I'm commentating very little on the match.
Yeah, he plays a deranged hermit. I think he has a circular logic. Or why wasn't that counter?
Let's see, I'm gonna send. I should probably have this. There's a link. That's where you tip. Change the title to stream sponsored by Don156. Yeah, we actually will do that.
Didn't he have a circular logic in his hand? And he has like a graveyard. Yeah, he has a stacked graveyard. Why was it put in the graveyard and the ranged hermit is still on the battlefield? Did I miss something? Obviously I did, but...
Obviously I did it because I got whatnot.
Couple therapy. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Jauken.
And
It's such a
Zacchaeus,
glary
yeah.
graveyard in Fluffy's side, so I can't see any cards there. But yeah.
Can I pause alerts or something? Mute alerts. I believe I turned.
Okay,
off
then
them.
this game is over. Martin is at 9, so what? He can
I
take...
do hope Jürgen wins, so we get game 3.
Yeah, that would be nice for us, for sure. But like, how is he gonna win here?
By playing cards that win the game.
Yeah.
And there we have some problems. We have some problems with their cameras.
But I mean, Martin doesn't even have to pay Echo. Okay, he does.
This just continues.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to stop it. I'm bad. I'm bad at this. That was the first something like that happened. But yeah. Now the stream down on the sign in the bottom says sponsored by Don156. Thank you very much. That's the title of the stream.
Have we seen the deck list here, Gordon? Sorry, I'm trying
Yes,
to
we
focus on
have.
the game. Because does he have like a surprise, like a moment's piece or something that Martin is taking into consideration here, or?
I don't know. But
I mean, if he just attacks with everything, he will deal 5 damage.
But
and he does. Okay, he does. Yeah.
Fluffy is one of those players who will never be too careful.
No, I know. But like, being up 1 game, it's a calculated risk because like he's dead on the swing back next turn. Since Wonder is there, so he has to kill him now. Because he takes 10 damage next turn otherwise.
Yep.
So Moment's Peace or Fog?
Like Moment's Peace, I believe it's a super cool card.
It's very good. It's very good in all the mid-range decks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 time walks almost sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean it has synergy with like Oath. Obviously with decks like Careful Study and Madness, and like pumping Wild Mongrels. I mean, yeah, I think it's somewhat underplayed, given the aggressive meta Premodern is starting to become, having like 2 tier 1 tribal decks being very aggressive. So yeah.
I'm just gonna say that because this doesn't really show it yet. Oh, maybe now actually next. Sorry that I do this more than it's just so strange. Because Don also tipped $100 after giving away 20 subscriptions. You, good sir, top notch. And we lost Anton. There, Anton is back.
Yeah, sorry, I clicked on my mouse, so I went backwards in my browser.
That's bad. And Peter,
I had a
big
submerge.
thanks.
Game over. Okay.
Yeah, submerge doesn't do it.
Okay.
Okay. I believe that is game over. Yes, they are shuffling it all up. My
Det är lugnt.
God. Whew. He needed the Spore Frog on that side of the table.
Yeah. Spore Frog is good.
You can have a look at his deck.
Nej, det är öppet. Nej, det är det inte. Ja, där. Sorry.
This was Martin's deck, the rock that we saw. Small tip. Any tip is a great tip. Any tip is a great tip. And this was Jürgen's deck with four
the
submerges.
chat is saying stuff here. Was it not over? Did the submerge win the game? Is it 1-1? Or was he just showing that he needed submerge to win? Or
I think Madness.
are
Okay.
we lost?
Can you remove from coverage? Okay, they seem to be 1-1.
Okay, cool.
But they don't want to be on coverage because they have so bad connections. But we want to see game 3.
Yeah. This is an interesting game. Okay.
Okay, sorry that we screwed up the ending of the game there. That was like way too much happened. We're gonna talk to the players and see what they say.
Yeah.
Hello, players. Hello, can you hear us? You're on stream now, just so you know. You're having some problems with the cameras and so on, or
it's lagging, I think. But
yeah, because we have a okay stream from you guys at least. There are some hiccups and so on.
We hear you twice, Gordon.
Why the hell?
I hear you just once,
Okay, maybe it's me.
Someone having the stream open, maybe. But we will love to see Game 3 of you guys on stream as well. But do write if it becomes way too laggy. But please, great matchup, great players. We would love to see Game 3.
Yeah, this is a good match.
Can you give us 10 more minutes and it's fine? On the clock?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we can
sure,
give you
sure.
more time on clock. No worries. No worries on that.
you can also put number 2 on top.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys.
Yep.
And then they are off of it. Of course they can. Anton, I say that with you. Of course they can get time if like we are the ones fucking with them.
No, that's no issue at all.
So they are drawing their starting hands. Now we didn't have the time to really look at the decks and so on, but
Aggressive Cabal Therapy here in the blind. What do you name in the blind?
oof, against Madness?
What does he fear? Is it the disruption or the aggro?
I don't know.
Because he has 4 deeds. So while Mongrel is a good good card to name, but like he has all the removals in the world. Yeah, name Rootwalla. That's the that's the tech.
I'm actually gonna do a lesser bit rate here from the players, so hopefully that can work. We lost him completely. No, there we have him.
And a Rootwalla entered the battlefield. Perhaps Fluffy named it. No, the forest is tapped, so we can assume he.
We could ask them, but
played.
we'll let them play. But Intuition is going to graveyard now, it seems, at least.
Yeah,
Careful
he didn't name
Studies-
Wild Mongrel, it seems.
Careful
Unless he
Study is
drew it
probably
on-
a good first turn blind.
Yeah, could be.
But Mongrel, but not first turn.
He's not at
depends.
8, he's at 20. We haven't updated the life total, sorry.
It's
He's at both are 20 life, and it's 1-1 in.
Yeah,
in the match.
the match numbers are from me. The other ones are their updates.
Yeah.
So they just updated and fixed their life totals.
So a deed would be good. And Martin recognizes that play. So yeah, well done.
That Deed could do some stuff here. We have 2 unknowns in Jürgen's hand.
Does Jürgen play Stifle in the list?
I did not.
I could actually look it up myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to bother you about it. Sorry.
I have him somewhere here as well. He does not play any Stifles in his deck at all. 2 Powder Kegs, 3 Naturalizes. are the things. But
He has 4 submerges in the board. Oh
Yeah.
shit, that's rough.
That's very, very
But,
cool.
Good meta call against yeah. And he has a Ray of Revelation. That's very, very good card. Overall in Premodern.
Yeah, that's the enchantment flashback removal. You see Ancient Grudge,
Yeah.
the new version against artifacts being played in modern formats all
But
the time.
White. Yeah. So the Rock does the Rock things, like valuing 2 for 1s, 2 for 1s, 2 for 1s.
Has it done? Yeah, okay, it did 1 2 for 1.
Yeah, but the Cabal Therapy is... okay.
Not really. Not really, I would say.
No, almost. It will be. It will be.
We have some people joining in on the Discord. The link went out there on chat, I saw. Very welcome to our Discord. We stream every week. Fridays, usually old school, sometimes pre-modern, every now and again, depending on what people want to play. I stream, I drink, I commentate, you guys play. So I'll do a shout out every week to see who wants to play, what matches, and we will stream cool Magic over webcam every single week. We'll see a flashback therapy here. Will it take the 1 card you know?
Yeah, probably.
I
mean,
do
he has
play
whiffed
sometimes.
once. I don't think he can afford to whiff twice, right?
No.
And then he has mana for a deranged hermit or a I don't know, Baloth or anything.
And,
okay, he has arrogant worm follow-up. That's a good hand.
Yeah. I do play sometimes. When we don't get enough players, I'm searching for 8 players every week. Sometimes we only get 6 or so. Then I will play a match as well. But mostly I'll just sit, fix the tech, talk shit, and drink. That's also kind of fun.
Yeah. See, he did 2 for 1 him with a Cabal Therapy.
Did he?
Yeah, he took the Circle Logic, he played his Druid, and then he took the...
okay, yeah, sure. The Druid is actually...
Yeah.
Is even more than that.
Yeah. So, and like taking an arrogant worm the one time he can't actually pay for it. It's a nice call.
And this is brutal. Brutal. And for those old schoolers here in chat, Martin Lindstrom, aka Fluffy, is one of the better old school players out there. Have
one of the better Magic players, I'd say, in any format.
In Sweden, at least. There's a reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame or so, other old school players that played 2 days ago on stream. Ole Rode. But I would say today Martin is better than Ole. But yeah.
Yeah. He might be, but Fluffy.
Yeah, but Fluffy is an amazing player, so he knows what he is here to do.
But this game goes very back and forth. I mean, if Martin doesn't have a creature here, he's almost dead. He really needs to. And if like Jürgen can find Wonder, he's definitely dead. So yeah.
And we have here open manual Fluffy top 8 the PGQ Legacy not so long. And he's a Pro Tour player as well. Like he knows his shit.
He does.
He did not pay 2 for the Elder. He
sacrificed it
to Cabal Therapy. So he searched 2 lands but did not draw. Do you know, by the way, that the Elder, the 2 mana sacrifice to draw a card, and it does something, is actually like a mechanic in there's a set. It's cycling from the battlefield. Because it's 2 mana, cycling, and you draw a card, you sacrifice it. So instead of discarding, so it's cycling from the battlefield, and it was made by Maru to be that. But no one but no one understood it, because like it's just on a couple of cards, but it doesn't have a name and so on. So that's the lesson they learned in Ursa, was always name. a mechanic-wise thing you have on multiple cards.
Ah, cool. Cool trivia. Did not know that.
But also, I think that's sort of the only card that sees play that has that ability.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a. I mean,
this is more of a game than I was expecting 2 turns ago.
It's a great match so far. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I just need to call out time soon in the main tournament.
Yep. You want me to set a timer for this? The main tournament is 2 minutes until time. We agreed to give these guys the whole 10 minutes more. Bit much, but hey, we said it. But it will be over before that, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's just.
Okay, it's just like one other game who's not finished. So okay.
Yeah. I put down a round timer down here, 11 minutes for these guys.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, awesome.
And I'll remove this bad timer that's wrong. There we go. But yeah, we're creating our own old school Hall of Fame, Premodern Hall of Fame. Premodern, maybe old school had like not a Hall of Fame thing, but another fun thing where every tournament gave you Pimp Walker points in Sweden. Then when it started becoming international, it started out, but it became problems, and you had the Pimp Walker top 8 each year. The players who had done the best in tournaments and so on got to play invitational with stupid rules.
But that system made. I mean, MG had like the newcomer of the year. What's it called?
Yeah, Rookie of the Year and so
Rookie of the Year.
well.
Yeah, that was based on Pimp Walker points also, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I missed it with 1 point the first year I started to play Magic. Old school. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
We're getting messages from the organizer chat that just because we are looking at this, we missed a prison deck win. But hopefully we'll see that in top 8 then.
Cool. Okay, so I will. I'll give it 30 more seconds before I call the time. But yeah, all other matches are done. So.
This game feels like a prison. No, this game is amazing. This is top notch for real. And we can absolutely. Oh, inform chat. You are writing to them. Okay, we're throwing away some cards here. To the Mongrel to trade with the Baloth, or does he sack the Baloth for 4 life? Yes, it seems like he does. Yep. Because the Mongrel is just a 2/2 afterwards, and the recurring there will probably be able to do stuff.
Yeah.
I don't see how Jürgen comes out of a recurring survival or recurring.
I think like if he draws. Okay, yeah, with Baloth, but if he draws like Submerge and Wonder, I mean there are outs here, right? Unless Fluffy, no, not with the Blaster, so we can't go below 2 creatures now. Yeah, it looks favorable for Martin, but as we saw in the second game where we counted Jürgen out, he came back in.
Yeah, because we counted him out and like, yeah, this is over. We'll go to the next, and like, no, that Submerge won the game.
Yeah.
How deep is that analysis, though? Is it like a probe in a Masticore, or almost?
Almost. Yeah, you're on fire, Gordon.
I don't know about that, but I got I got some knowledge of Magic cards and whatnot, even though it hasn't been seen on stream today. When I like, what is that card? What's that card? What's that card? I feel like I'm.
But it was new frame cards you weren't, or like not original printings, right?
Yeah,
7th editions,
exactly. 7th edition is just no way, no way. But I do believe, and mostly that's Slay J's fault. Like that's why I never want to put him on stream.
Yeah, no. But he got on stream.
Yeah, I know.
Anyhow,
Sometimes,
somehow.
Yeah, because someone else chooses feature matches.
Yeah, but that was a cool game.
It was.
Nicely piloted, Jens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tolaris on time, but we agreed to give. They had a very laggy situation doing coverage, so they needed some more time extension so we could finish the match. So they play slower because they have a bit lag. And we wanted to give you the content, so we are some minutes behind schedule, but
exactly, and that is only because of feature match. So all other matches are cool and so on. You can see a round timer here to down on the left side, about 5 minutes for these guys to finish up the game.
I have never seen 2 recurring nightmares on the battlefield at the same time, I think. Like
not the last 20
I mean,
years.
you can just play one and sack one, and you usually just do one. But yeah, cool. Why not?
I'm gonna send in 5 seconds to them. That is 5 minutes now left. There.
Really? But why do Martin do that? Why did he play a second instead of just using the first if he was just gonna use it? Is it just to show a power position?
Martin is not the player that usually does that, but sometimes, like Martin is this very careful player. That sometimes, just sometimes, goes out of his comfort zone to just troll so amazingly good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is psychological like warfare. Look at me, I got 2.
And mana to use them.
Yeah.
But yeah, an Arrogant Worm. He has 2 cards in hand for blocking here, but let's see. He can't like, oh, I'll block with my 2 to throw away 2 cards to trade with Baloth or something. That's just... But trading away with the Blastoderm, it seems, here. Killing the Arrogant Worm, I suppose. Which is kind of strange. You usually want to kill that small hound dog. But right now the 4/4 is way better. And
no, something is lagging, yeah.
Yeah. And this is why they have more time.
Nice call on the Martin here with the converted mana cost.
Yeah. Is it gonna blow it for 2 now?
I mean, he could wait 1 turn, couldn't he?
Yeah. No, it seems.
Or is he fearing Stifle or?
He's not playing any Stifles, Jürgen, so that's not
no.
like he.
But I mean, Fluffy doesn't know that.
No, of course not.
Right.
Except that I do think Fluffy stream snipes and have seen the deck list because he heard me double when we talked to him.
Okay.
But okay, double recurring going on here. New Blastoderm coming in. That's such a cool card as well. Oh my god, that's just horrible.
That's a cool but this was a cool game.
This was a game. This was one of the better features. We have had some unlucky feature matches with tech issues, people not showing up, and so on, and also games going very quickly. But this was top-notch feature match, I would say.
Yeah.
And with that, we are going down to the last round. Then we absolutely should watch a winner.
go out, Gordon?
No, that
Sorry,
was what
so
I was
can
going.
prep.
That was the thing here. Like, and as we are going to the last round, we need someone to fix all that, and we have the tournament organizer with us here. So, with that said, Anton, I'll suspect you will write to me in chat with what feature I will fix, or Jesper, or whatnot. See you later. Cheers.
Yeah.